Hello, dear students.
Today I am going to start one lesson, air and water. It is the sixth lesson of class 5 science. In this chapter you will read about the properties of air, composition of air, and after that you will read about the different layer of atmosphere. After that you will read about the properties of water, how you can get the pure water, purification of water you will read. Now I'm going to explain the composition of air. All of you know that air is the mixture of different gases. In the air 78% nitrogen is present, 21% oxygen is present, and 0.3% carbon dioxide is present. Along with these gases, other gases also present: hydrogen, helium, neon, argon, water vapor, dust particle, smoke also present in our atmosphere. Now I'm going to explain the importance of air. 78% nitrogen is present in our atmosphere. It is very important for all the living beings. All living beings need protein, and in the formation of protein nitrogen is very essential, and all the living beings do not able to use the atmospheric nitrogen directly. Some bacteria present in our soil, they have ability to convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogen compound, and during lightning nitrogen combined with oxygen and form nitrogen compound, nitrogen oxide, and that nitrogen oxide with rainwater come into the soil, and from the soil nitrogen compound absorbed by plants, and through plant animals can get. Now nowadays nitrogen also used for the nitrogen packaging to keep our food fresh for long time. It is necessary. Nowadays it is used. Okay, oxygen 21% oxygen present in our atmosphere, and all of you know that oxygen is very essential for all living being. They required oxygen for the respiration, for breathing process. They take oxygen, breathe inside, and release carbon dioxide. Oxygen also very necessary component for the combustion, for the burning of any substance. Oxygen is very necessary. Now I am going to explain carbon dioxide, importance of carbon dioxide. All of you know that all the plants do photosynthesis, and by photosynthesis they prepare their food, and in the photosynthesis they are using carbon dioxide from atmosphere and water from the soil and sunlight. In the presence of chlorophyll they are preparing their food. Okay, these are the importance of air. Now we come to the different layer of air. All of you know that our earth have atmosphere. Atmosphere, what is that? The envelope of gas, envelope of air around our earth is present, and that is called atmosphere. Okay, then according to height, here our atmosphere is grouped into different layers. First layer, it is troposphere. What is that? It is start from 0 to 12 kilometer upward, and all the weather change is occur in this layer. All the most of atmosphere, most of the air present in that atmosphere, that layer, troposphere. After that, stratosphere. This is the second layer, and it start from 12 to 15 kilometer, 50, and then here ozone layer is present in the stratosphere, and ozone layer, all of you know that absorb ultraviolet rays and protect us from their effect. After that, number third, it is mesosphere. It is the coldest layer of the air, and it start from 50 to 18 kilometer. Okay, and it protect our earth from the meteoroids. Now second last, it is the thermosphere. It is the hottest layer of the air, and its height from 83 kilometer to 700 kilometer. After that, last one, exosphere. It is the outermost layer of the atmosphere. It merges with the space. Okay, now we come to the properties of air. Air have some mass, air occupies space, air exert pressure. I can explain this property by the activities. Now I'm going to explain air have some mass. Then to explain this property, you take two inflated balloon with of the same size, okay, and then we keep both the balloon on the beam balance and prick one balloon with a pin, and after that you will see the balance will tilt, okay. And why it tilt? Because the bigger balloon contain more air and it is heavier than the smaller balloon, and it goes down and a smaller balloon goes up. This so that air have some mass. Now I'm going to explain air occupies space. You take one empty glass, means this is filled with air. You just turn upside down and take one bucket full with water and try to immerse that glass in this position inside the water. It is not easy to immerse. You have to apply some force, and you can see that water do not enter inside the glass. Why? Because glass is filled with air. When we tilt the glass, air from the glass comes out in the form of bubble, and then water enter inside the glass. These activities show that air occupies space. Now I am going to explain air exert pressure on the every side. Air exert pressure. Listen, then how air exert pressure? You take one bottle, and it is the cap of the bottle is tightly packed, and then you make a hole with a pin, and after that you will see that the water do not coming out from the bottle. Why it is not coming out? There is a hole, but still water not coming out, because the air pressure from outside from the atmospheric air pressure, it force the water to keep inside, and inside the water they have applying the force to comes out from the bottle. But due to atmospheric pressure, water do not comes out, okay. After some time you open the lid of the bottle, and then you can see that water start coming out from the hole. Why it is possible? Due to the air pressure from the mouth of the bottle. Air pressure is increased from the upside, then it comes out, water comes out, comes out from the bottle. Then this so that air exert pressure on the container, wall of the container. These are the properties of air. Now I'm going to explain the properties of water. Listen, water we get from the different water bodies like river, pond, well, tube well. And listen, our earth surface, 70%, 71% of our earth surface is covered with water. Still all we are facing a scarcity of water. Why it happened? You have to know. Listen, water, it is the very good solvent. Many substance can dissolve in the water. Now I am going to explain the different properties of water. What are the different properties of water? Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. Water is the substance, water is the compound which is made up of the combination of hydrogen and oxygen. 2 atom hydrogen and 1 atom oxygen combine, and then one molecule of water is formed, okay. Water is important fluid for our body. All of you know that 70% of our weight, it is the water. Inside our blood, all of you know that plasma is liquid, and 95% of plasma, it is made up of water. Then water is very important for our biological process, okay. And after that, you know that water exists in all the 3 states: in the solid, ice, the liquid water, and in gaseous form it is water vapor. These are the properties of water. And listen, water we get from the well or river, they are not pure water. Then to get pure water we have to purify it. Then first of all we have to think which type of impurities present here. Listen, if insoluble impurities present there, then we keep that water for some time, for 2 or 3 hours, for sedimentation, and all the heavier particles, mud, sand or small pebbles settle down, and then we can pour that water slowly in another container. This method is called sedimentation and filtration. After that, very small particles if we want to separate from the water, then we can use filter paper. By the filtration we can separate the insoluble impurities from water, and some soluble impurities also present in water, and that soluble impurities we can separate from water by the method, it is called evaporation, distillation. Evaporation, we boil our water, and after that water vaporized and separate, and then all the soluble impurities like salt, sugar, they separated out. By the distillation method we can get the pure water, distilled water. What we can do that in the distillation method, we first start vaporization of the water, boiling, and then vaporization, and then by the condenser we can condense the water vapor, and then we get the pure water. This is the distillation method. Okay, now how we can remove the germs present in water? Then boiling and adding chlorine tablets, using UV filter, boiling and chlorination. By this method we can get the pure, hygienic, germs free water which is fit for drinking. And that's all you have to read in this chapter. Thank you.